Now we have a last one. This is another way to recycle and to reuse recycled fiber with another technology that is make no more textiles, but they reuse fibers and plastic waste to produce a new board. This is another way, just to say there are different solutions for different applications. It's a confirmation. Are you ready?
Yes.
A lui.
I'm downstairs. Okay. Just let me show you some samples. Okay.
Another company from Prato.
Yeah, coming from Prato, near Florence. So, my name is Francesco Faralli. I work for Cormatex, and I will give you a brief description of what we are doing, both in textile recycling, but also in natural fibers. So, our company has been founded in 1938. It's a family-run business. The company started in woolen spinning, and still nowadays we have lines for woolen spinning. But into the 60s, the company moved into non-woven textiles, so this kind of technical textile, let's say. And specifically in 2006-2007, the company developed two airlay machines with the idea of processing not just virgin fiber, but mainly waste material or recycled fiber. And this is quite challenging because of the properties of the input material. And the idea was to work with the largest amount of input material as possible. And here you can see some example of the application. So one of the input material could be technical, textile recycling, post-consumer and post-industrial textile recycling. But since, as I said, the idea was to be as much versatile as possible, the machine has been designed to process even, now you cannot see from there, but any case, even filtration dust that is coming from any kind of textile process. So out of the dust, we can make non-woven like this. So there are technologies, obviously, to make yarn again, but for some application, it's not possible to go back to yarn, or you will get very short fiber with lower use. And so technical textile could be a solution for this. Okay, here several applications. We have been trying successfully to work with recycled carbon fiber or recycled glass fiber, or wood waste or MDF recycling. And another successful application has been with vegetable fibers, specifically with hemp. So as I said, we are pretty flexible in terms of input material, and that's why we can process not just the fiber of the hemp, but also the wooden part, let's say the hemp chives of the stem of the plant. And we can make such a product, high loftiness product, for building insulation, but even hardboards, so something to replace, or with a similar use to plywood or something like that. Vegetable waste, so for example, a non-woven made of seaweed, tire cord recycling, carpets recycling. These are just some applications. So for example, this is quite challenging to be recycled because there are several layers of maybe different kind of materials, and if it might not be easy to separate these layers, so the mechanical way can be a possible solution. cardboard and newspaper recycling. This is to show that, as I said, we do not have any limitation in terms of the minimum length or shape or size of the material that we can feed into our line. End-of-life mattresses. Here is an example where we mix PU foam, textile fiber, latex all together. I'll be brief, so this is just maybe more technical. This is the core of our technology, so it's the forming machine, one of the two, because we have, as I said, two kind of airlay machine. As you see, it's an industrial machine because we are talking about 500 kilo per hour per meter, and we can produce up to 3.3 meters, so up to more or less 1.5 ton per hour of material. The product range that goes from 100 to 6,000, but this would depend on the type of fiber that you are feeding. The final product thickness up to 300 millimeter, that becomes 200 millimeters after the oven. And the possibility to add also powder resins. So on the top of the forming chamber, we can add the binder in resin instead of using a low melting fiber. That is the one that is used for example, for this product. We have two kind of airlay. One is horizontal, the other is vertical, and the name comes with the orientation of the fiber. So the vertical has vertical orientation of the fiber, while the horizontal creates a horizontal layer of fiber that are randomly disposed into layers. So if we look at maybe a line for hemp, we start with this machine over there, a bale opener. So we are feeding the raw material, in this case hemp, plus a low melting fiber that would be the material that melts in the oven and create the cohesion among the fibers. And with this machine, obviously, we weight each material in the blend. Then we have a chemical application device where we can spray any kind of liquid on the fiber. Can be, for example, flame retardant if we are processing hemp for building insulation. Then fine openers for a more aggressive opening on the fiber. Then the core of the line, so the forming machine. The thermobonding oven, that is the machine where the low melting fiber will melt and consolidates the mat. And then cooling section and longitudinal section. And then, as I said, panels or rolls of several thicknesses and weight. I don't know if I have an internet connection. Yes. So this is our YouTube channel. It's a installation made around, I guess, 10 years ago, processing hemp.
Mettete questo sul vostro contatore. Se la vostra bolletta elettrica supera i 100 euro al mese, allora dovreste...
Devo andare?
Sì, sì, no, però mi sa che...
Ah, non si vede?
Esatto.
Ah, ok.
No, mi sa che hanno condiviso. Si vede ora?
Forse... No, forse su PowerPoint bisogna fare... Ecco, no.
È uscito dalla presentazione questo.
Se no chiudo
Esatto.
e riapro.
Adesso sì.
Okay. So as I said, there are several machines where we are feeding the input material. In this case, it's hemp. Each material is processed by one of these machines and it's weighted. Then they are disposed on this conveyor belt. They go to a primary opener, that it's a machine that would mix this blend of hemp and low melting fiber. Then we have a chemical application device where we spray, as I said, any kind of liquid. This is not mandatory, but can be flame retardant or, I don't know, sizing agent for carbon fiber. It can be any kind of liquid, as I said. Then there is, okay, a fine opener to open the fiber, and then the fiber mat is processed through the forming section. In this case, it was a vertical airlay, so the orientation of the fiber is perfectly vertical. This is the output of the machine. And after the airlay, you have the thermobonding section, where the mat is consolidated. Then there is a longitudinal cutting section to cut to size the panels or the rolls, and the cross-cutting unit. And at the end, a stacking system, but in this case, they were just stacking manually the panels. I guess that any case, that was the last slide. Just one last point is that we have a pilot line installed in our factory. So with an entire line, 1 meter working width, that is the minimum working width that we can produce, but it's still an industrial scale, where we have both needle punching and thermobonding section, and it's a useful tool for our customers to come over and try to process their production waste or their virgin material and try to make new products with our technology. Thank you very much.
I think it's because I was expecting another connection, but abroad, but I think there are some problem. So if you have other questions, I mean, just a confirmation that Cormatex explained mostly about hemp. I just say that this system, that system can use any kind of recycled fiber too, and they can mix also additional powder, additional resin, fibers, chips, in order to achieve panel board and board for insulation like this one. Just there are 2 or 3 different technologies. Hemp is one of the biggest one, but it's not the only one. Okay.
We are waiting for Nicola.
No, Nicola is not available. Okay.
Sì, sì. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that this conference was interesting for you, for me.
If you want to see some sample of the fiber material, that's not only the one, there is a big bag full of material, if you want.
A big bag, but you have to open it. I remember, excuse me, I remember to the members, I remember to the partners of Cluster Exchange that tomorrow morning we will meet each other at 9:30 at gate 16 of Philo Fair, if you want to make visit with us. Okay? It's clear? Inside gate 16, because I think it will rain again. Okay, thank you very much. Good evening.